What's going on, everybody? Wild Time here, and it is time for World of Warcraft. We're going to do another mailbox clean out for the week. We were at 1.5 million last time. We did spend a lot on the steelbound harnesses to try to flip them. I have not had any success with that. The price did go up, but when I posted them at the higher price, people just undercut, so that probably wasn't the best method. But we did have a lot of cool sales today, and so before we check our mailbox, just keep in mind that I just sold some stuff on the auction house, right? So auctions, these ribs and these war scrolls, the war scrolls for 2,100, just sold those, waiting for that money to come in, and 224 gold a piece. That's pretty good. That comes from inscription. And people use those for the mage tower. So we're here on Money Buns. Let's check out our bank, see if we got anything cool to go through. When I do these videos throughout the week, I'm just glancing down through here, right, and trying my best not to hit open all. So haven't made that mistake yet. So let's just look at some of these things we have. Volatile air, these are just coming from like old world quests and stuff that I'm doing. Some more volatile air, obsidian bar, 480 gold, 19 of them, flask of endless fathoms, contract. Okay, so here's something. Blood of the mountain, 2 of them for 3,324 gold. These are farmed. Man, I farmed these so long ago, and I farmed them to sell them and to craft, I think, like the dark iron stuff with them. But they're selling for 1,700 gold a piece. They're a little bit rare of a drop. I think I might actually make a video about how to farm those, because even if you're not crafting with them, I mean, you're getting pretty good gold. 1,700 gold a piece is pretty good. Like this, the Blood of the Mountains right here, 5 of them for 8,311 gold. And that's all profit, right? Because this isn't a crafted item. Missives, sold some missives. Osmanite ore, 126 of them for 3,471 gold. I just had these left over in the bank and I wasn't really using them. Volatile fire. Now on my blacksmith, I'm doing the Firelands Invasion quest to get the Marks of the World tree. Made a video about that, and some of those quests are like to kill these mobs, and they drop these. So as I'm collecting these marks to get this pattern to resell for a transmog, I'm also just getting these volatile fires dropped. So 31 for 1,119 gold. Volatile earth. I cleared out my bank in one of these tunes. I had no idea why I had 400 of these. I think I was getting them for like Sandstone Drake or something, or maybe I just farmed them. I don't know, but I sold a bunch of them, 400 of them for 8,431 gold. Some glyphs, Mark of the Humble Flyer, Mark of the Gloom, Stalker Dreadbat, 400 or 500 gold. Laystone Pauldrons of the Harmonious. These Laystone, this Laystone gear, I think people either buy it for the Mage Tower or just for Transmog. It does look cool, but it cost me about 40 gold to make and selling for 1,000. Soulkeeper Spire, it's another, it's the weapon made by Inscriptionists, make about 600 gold on that. So let's go ahead and open up all of this mail and load up here. So that leaves us with Money Buns, my bank tune, who is a level 1, which I think I'm going to change that. I think I'm going to switch my bank tune. I've always done a level 1 bank tune, but if something ever happens to your account or the character gets deleted, you can't recover someone under level 10. If they are level like 10 to 20, you have 90 days. And if they're level, I think, like 20 to 50, you have like 120 days, I believe. But if they're 50 and over, you can recover them anytime. So I may actually transfer one of my tunes to be a bank tune. Anyway, 494,000 gold on this guy, and we're at like 1.4 million total. Alright, let's switch over to High Priest de Licura, who is an enchanter and what else? Tailor. So I didn't craft a lot on this guy this week. I am trying to get the reputation up with the Enlightened though. So this would be my This would be my fourth character to get to honored with the Enlightened, so that I can make the 233 and 262 crafted gear. Blacksmith is doing really well with that gear. My leatherworking is doing absolutely garbage with the 233 and 262. I mean, it's horrible. But the blacksmithing is doing real well, and maybe the tailoring will do real well also. So with all the other stuff going on, it's hard to grind that out and just pay attention to that specifically. But that's my plan for him. Let's see if we got anything in the mail. 28,000 gold, almost 29,000. Just some regular enchants here, some older stuff, celestial essence. So whenever I do like farms on my other tunes and old content, and I get stuff that disenchants for more than it's going to sell for, I always just send it to this guy and disenchant it. Same thing anytime I ever get cloth or like other enchanting materials, I always just funnel it to this guy, and then that way I can make my enchants and stuff like that at a lower cost and a higher profit. Deep sea satin, I've got a lot of this in my bank. 9,526 deep sea satin I have. This is from BFA when I did a lot with the uncanny stuff, and then I had stopped playing for a while and came back and I got a ton of it, selling for 9 gold each. So I'm just trying to sell it off as I can, but I mean, people are buying like 5 at a time, right? Just some more enchants, deep sea satin, some shrouded stuff, more enchants. Because I could spend more time on this guy. I mean, these are just selling. I'm making like 100 gold, 500 gold, something like that on each of these, which is pretty good. The the shadow lace cord, 819 gold, cost me maybe 100 gold to make, so that's pretty decent. Some more enchants. Nothing too exciting on this, just your standard stuff. It takes time, I mean, playing this game, even just to make gold and play the auction house and craft and stuff like that, it takes a while. And then when you start getting into managing like several characters and making gold on several ones, it can take some time. So you can't always do everything you want unless you don't have any other responsibilities. I guess you could, but I never advocate somebody spending more time than they need to in game. But it's fine. However, I'm not judging. However much time you want to spend in game is fine, but don't let it affect the rest of your life. 181,000 on this guy brings us up to 1.423 million. Let's go to the next one. All right, Beard of War. This is blacksmithing and engineering. Engineering, every day I will make my jards energy source, and then over time that gives me enough for the amount that you can harvest herbs with, right? The sky golem. So I've been having pretty good luck with this guy actually selling the 233s and the 262s. So I'm glad that I got him to honor. Blacksmithing is working out well for me. Let's look. The ceremonious pauldrons. I mean, I'm making 100 gold on these. I'm crafting them, putting them up there. Selling pretty easily. This is the low level stuff. Shadow steel arm guards, 6,362. Now let's look here for a second. But let's see if we can go to the auction house real quick. Shadow steel. Gotta spell it right. Let's do armor. Let's do plate. Let's search, and then let's go by item level. All right, so let's check out the 262s. All right, so here it is. The 262 Shadow Steel Gauntlet is going for 5,133. The tooltip was just messed up. So if you look, I'm making about 2,000 gold on that, which is nice, right? Shadow Steel Arm Guards. Here's mine listed for 6,689, making 3,900 gold on that. And those are the 262s. And then, you got your 233s, the Sabatons. These are selling for 994. The tooltip is, messed up again. But, you're spending 300 and selling for 994. So you're making good money on that. Okay, this is probably a little bit more accurate. I don't know. See, the tooltip keeps showing it as the minimum buyout is 90 gold. The minimum buyout is 1,018. So I'm making about 700 gold on that. Shadow steel breastplate. Same thing. The tooltip's messed up. I think the tooltip is I'm not sure why it's doing that, because if you see, none of these are okay. There, it must have just needed a chance to catch up. So here, 233, spending 571 gold to make it, making 578 gold on it. So anyway, making, 500 gold, 1,000 gold, 3,000 gold plus on these shadow steel 233s and 262s. So blacksmithing is doing really well, and it's definitely worth it on my realm to get that honored rep. Mechabond imprint matrix. Right now, these things, people list them for like 18,000 gold, and I've had them listed for like up to 2 weeks and never sold one for 18,000. So I just drop them down to like 9 or 10, and they sell right away. And I'm only, spending maybe 500-600 gold on these. So let's see. Engineering, the Mechabond matrix. So yeah, people got up there for a crazy amount of money right now. It's costing me 273 gold to make. So even selling it at 9,000, I'm making 8,000 profit, 9,000 profit on gold. This does take 20 bloods of Sargeras, so you need to be doing world quests or doing mission tables to make sure you get those, or farming them however you want to do that. Just keep your eye out for different kinds of ways to make bloods. There's all kinds of videos out there on it. All right, some more ceremonious stuff. Laystone helm. Again, these are costing me like under 100 gold to make and selling for 1,000. So the laystone stuff is definitely worth picking up, learning, and reselling. Shadow steel. Nothing really surprising. Shadow steel waist guard, 4,000, 6,000 shadow steel arm guards. So that's working out pretty nice. Shadow steel gauntlets, yeah. So making pretty good on that. All right, let's go ahead and open this. I do have a rocket up from engineering for like 105,000. I sold one, I think, last week. And I've got a sky golem up as well. Should make about 4,000 gold on that. There's all kinds of mounts you can make in engineering, and I know most of them. I'm just too lazy to always craft them. All right, so 395,000 on this guy brings us up to 1.514 million. Okay, deadly wedgie, skinning and leatherworking. Now I'm trying to get my rank up on stonehide leatherworking on this guy. I'm waiting for the random drop from High Mountain. Or actually, I don't think it has to be from High Mountain. It's just a random drop from skinning to get to the rank 2, because stonehide leather is going for like 9 gold a piece on my realm. So I'm trying to farm that. But crafting wise, just not amazing with leatherworking. I mean, look at these here. Shadow Scale Gauntlets 262. I'm going to lose 1,000 gold on them. I'm going to spend 5,000 gold and make 50 gold. Spend 4,000 gold, make 272 gold. Spend 800 gold, lose 74 gold. I mean, these are just, they are not going well for the 233s and 262s. But the Desolate stuff is selling pretty well. So I'm making 100, 200 gold on some of that. Stonehide leather, just selling that as I get it. 20 for 171 gold. Stonehide leather, this took me about, I don't know, 15 minutes with a rank, not even a rank 1 to get 176 farming blood gazers. So 176 stonehide leather sold for 1,588 gold. That's going to be a good farm. Keep posted for when I come out with that. I want to get my rank up a little bit first, but that's going to be good. There was a whole ordeal I had to go through with relearning enchanting, learning the skinning enchant to get a faster skinning time in Legion. So yeah, so I'm gonna put that one up here soon. Shadow scale treads. This is a low level, like level 50 mail treads. So I made 600-700 gold on that. Same thing here, shadow scale pauldrons, 777 gold sold for. Shadow scale treads, these ones. So these shadow scale treads must have been like with the like the crafter's mark, the novice crafter's mark, because these shadow scale treads are 7,267 gold. But you can tell there's just not a lot like there is in blacksmithing. Shadow scale vest 8,000. Shadebound treads 1,000. So 32,000 altogether. Let's open it up. Oh, another thing on leatherworking, when you get to level, I want to say it's like 25 in Legion, it opens up the world quests for you. And for some reason my map is like black, so that's weird. Anyway, it opens up the world quests for you, and you can do a Fellhide. And Fellhide goes for anywhere between like 100 and 300 gold on my server, and I think you get like 5, so that's a quick like 5 to 1,500 gold there. Let's check out our gold. He's almost got 84,000. We're up to 1,546,000. All right, ham sandwich. This is my main. Alchemy and inscription. And we got 54,000 in the bank. War scrolls, 2,700 gold for 16 of them. Most of that is profit. Shadestone. Now the Shadestone is a daily cooldown. You know, I'd like to make like one a day, but there's just a lot to keep track of, and I never stockpile. You need like ground root for this. I should just stockpile enough to make like a week's worth, because I make like 900 gold on that, and it sells pretty quick. More war scrolls. So as you can see, the war scrolls are totally worth making. Sold 19 of them for 5,500. Soulkeeper Spire 500. That was a little low. Arboreal shards. Still selling those. I'm getting them for 100 gold from a vendor and reselling them for like 120 to 130. And even with the deposit cost, I'm putting them in stacks of like 40 and selling them off and making good money. Vantis runes 16, 5,700 gold. Some potions. I don't really like selling the potions in the current flasks and stuff, because you have to cancel scans so much. People undercut. It's a whole thing, and the profits are small, right? Like, you're losing gold on the exorcism potions right now. You're making 26 gold on the Phantom Fire, so it's just not my thing. The glyph of the spectral lupine, that comes from Revered with the Enlightened, and I made about 1,000 gold on that. Fey Revel Mask, make a couple hundred gold. Submissives. See, look at this. Arboreal Shard. So for the haters out there that say, oh, you have to pay the deposit fee. Yes, you have to pay the deposit fee, but the auction house tells you up front what it is. So Arboreal Shards, 40 of them, bottom at 100 each. That's 4,000 gold, right? And I sold them, and the auction house gave me back 5,313. Do the math. That's 1,313 gold profit, even with the fees, just from buying it from the vendor and reselling it. Vantis runes, 8 of them, 2,850. Mark of the Dolphin, that's probably a little low, 278. Arboreal shards, same thing right here, right? Spent 1,200 gold, and you get back, made like almost 400 gold off that. Now, I will say that if you have to repost these 3, 4, 5 times, then yeah, you're going to start eating into your profit. But if you're posting 20, 40 at a time, and they're selling, then you're doing fine. Some more war scrolls, a couple potions, some more arboreal shards. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and open that. 54K. All right, puts our boy Ham Sandwich 454,000 for a total of 1.6 million. So, in the last week, we made 100,000 gold. Now, some of that goes into more resources, more crafting, and going back up on the auction house, right? So I have that that gold that is not, quote, liquid gold, right? Like I can't just use it, but it's if it was in real life, it would be like assets, right? So I have more value for my total, all, between all my characters for my account, in assets. So the things that are up on the auction house, are still considered gold. It's my net worth, if you will. But I just haven't sold them yet, so I don't have the gold for it. So while I may have crafting and everything and farming may have gotten me more like net worth in Warcraft, the actual gold made that I brought back, my liquid gold is 1.6 million, so it was 100,000 almost from last week. So that's pretty good, right? And you could take this as hardcore as you want. If all you want to do is make gold on Warcraft, then you could make 500,000-600,000 more on a week. It just all depends on how much time you want to put into it. I do other things in the game, so being a part-time goblin is making 100K a week is nice for me because it helps me get my potions and helps me do repair bills, helps me buy mounts and whatever else I want. If you get up into the 1.6 million, you can pretty much, you don't really have to worry about not having gold for anything. So it's good for me. I like it. It's the way I do it. And I hope y'all got an idea of some things that you can sell on the auction house, some things you can craft. And then in the future, we're going to get into some things that you can farm. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you like the content, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And remember, it's just a game. Don't let it stress you out. Have fun with it. And until next time, take it easy, and I'll catch you all later.